Let's speak now to Talk TV weather reporter Joe Wheeler, who joins us. Evening, Joe.
Hello there. Yes, it's certainly been fairly lively through the course of the day. In fact, it's been a bit of a strange storm because we haven't had the heavy rain and the strong winds together. The winds really are only picking up speed now. Just seen a gust to around 72 miles per hour for Southern Ireland, now into parts of West Wales. And these are going to transfer their way northeastwards as we go through this evening and overnight. But of course, the rain set in fairly early this morning across parts of Wales to begin with, then Ireland, then Northern England and much of Scotland. And some of those places over the course of the day have seen around 2 inches of rain, in some places up to almost 3 inches of rain. And where you get the rain and the wind together, that of course gives terrible, terrible driving conditions, surface spray and, standing water, which obviously causes problems on the roads. And those winds themselves are likely to cause some problems in terms of ferries and airports and just general car travel, really, certainly high-sided vehicles. Luckily, the strongest winds are going to be transferring their way across overnight, picking up over eastern coasts and then towards the northeast towards tomorrow morning. And then the whole thing eases down, almost like it didn't happen overnight.
Okay, so we're going to get the worst of it tonight. And in terms of areas hit, so I can see that Ireland's been affected, Northern Ireland, Wales as well, parts of the northeast, I believe. So where is kind of heavily affected now? And is there more to come for them? Is it likely to get more serious for them in the next few hours?
The rain is rapidly going to shrink down from the southwest, so it's going to become focused on Scotland, northeastern areas before it pulls away into the North Sea. But yes, I too have heard reports from Northern Ireland saying it's been absolutely horrific today.
Yeah, there's disruption for airline passengers in Belfast, I know, and I'm seeing lots and lots of flooding, as you've been mentioning. How serious is it? It sounds like a stupid question, doesn't it? But how serious is it? There's been a bit of a debate today about whether naming storms actually just makes us freak out a little bit about it, and that these are, fairly regular weather events. They aren't irregular, anyway, I suppose is the point.
No, they're certainly not. I think it's been quite unusual just recently because we've had the remains of ex-Hurricane Lee, ex-Hurricane Nigel, and in fact even this one is what remains of ex-Tropical Storm Ophelia, which affected the east coast of the States and east coast of Canada. And so these subtropical storms, or ex-hurricanes, whatever you want to call them, come across the Atlantic, they get whooped up into a low pressure system and they arrive, as either an ex-storm or as a storm here. So I think the Storm Agnes, being technically the first of the season, was named so because, of course, there are some extremely strong winds there. I mean, not quite record breaking, but, strong enough. And also, of course, we've had very wet weather, and therefore, like a sponge, if it's already saturated and then you add more water to it, it's likely to have more impact. So where you get the flooding, most of that is likely to be because the ground was already so wet.